What is going on? We're back again with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pitch in MLB The Show 25. Now, I know I made this video last year and had a ton of questions, so I'm kind of cover that today. And obviously that video did really well, so I kind of want to give an update one because pitching hasn't changed much, but there's definitely some key notes, especially because there's a lot of beginners coming into this game. And I know because pitching is very hard for a lot of people, so let's just get right into this video. The first thing we're going to start with is the settings. We're going to hop into our settings real quick and we're going to go to pitching. Now, pitching, you know, there's a lot of different pitching interfaces you guys can see. There's Pinpoint, which is the best one, and this is the one I use all the time. There you have Pulse, you have Pure Analog, Classic, and Meter. So those are the other pitching options. I still think Pinpoint is the best, and the developers list it as the most accurate one, so that is definitely something to notice. For your pitching ball meter, I use Pitch Trail. I don't think there's a big difference on what you use, to be honest. I think it's personal preference. I just hate the fade one, because if you take a while to place a pitch, then, you know, I feel like you can kind of get screwed. So I like Pitch Trail. I think that's what kind of most people use. Chevron is interesting. I feel like I pitch worse with it on, to be honest, and then you could just keep it off if you don't care, which is kind of crazy in my opinion. So I have Pitch Trail on. The CPU suggestion I have off. I don't like when they suggest pitches. And that is pretty much it for the pitching settings. And then we go to the camera, which is another important one. And then if we go to camera, this is the pitching I use. So I go on strike zone 1, and then my fielding view is medium. These are my favorite too. I've been using these ones for at least about like 3 years at this point, and they're definitely my favorites. So I definitely recommend you guys do the strike zone. It's very easier to see, and plus you can see when people are stealing. You know, if you don't have audio on or something like that, you can kind of just see the guys run across, which I think is definitely helpful. So those are the key settings I would have on if you're pitching. Now let's go into the actual game, right? So here we are in pitching. You know, we're playing with Shota Eggman. This is the view that we see, right? We got the strike zone. We got some batters, right? We got the pitches on the left side. The sweeper is a new pitch. So this is the thing that has changed in MLB The Show 25 is this sweeper pitch. And if we press it, we can obviously see the path. And the thing I like about Pinpoint pitching is it really just tells you how to do it. Like, if you just wait a little bit, you can see we start in the middle, and then we go around the circle, and then we pull down when it gets close. So if we take a look at that, we do this, and then wait till it gets low, and then we pull down, right? Obviously, still not the best with the sweeper. Is if I want to throw that pitch, you press Y, and then with your right stick, you want to move it down with your right stick. So the left stick is where you put the ball. The right stick is where you make the pattern. That's literally how you do it, all right? And that's how you throw the pitch. You guys want to see like this? This is my left stick moving, right? And you guys can see my right stick as we move the pitch, and then we pull down right there to throw the pitch. That's how you throw the pitches with Pinpoint. It can be kind of confusing, so I do understand that. But that's how you do it. And the thing I like about pitching is, like, obviously a lot of different pitchers have different pitches. You know, I think the fastball, definitely the easiest pitch to throw, right? It's just a straight line, and then you flick to wherever it is, right? It's pretty easy to get used to. The splitter, definitely a little bit harder, I feel like. I've struggled a little bit to throw this pitch pretty accurately. And then with most curveballs, it really depends on how you flick, and you can kind of get used to it. So if you put it on the left side, you can see the circle is going to move to the left side. If you put it on the right side, you can see it goes to the right side. My problem is if you miss the spot, so say I just pull straight down on this and I miss my spot, it's going to go to the middle of the zone most of the time. I've noticed that with sinkers as well. See, there you go. It goes to the middle of the zone. So obviously it depends on the player's card and their attributes and all that good stuff and all their pitching controls, right? That is definitely a key factor of it. Another thing to note with that pitch I just threw right there, for the ball to count as a strike, half of it has to be on the actual strike zone border. So if half of it's on the other side, then it's going to be considered a ball. I kind of wish they'd add the new like ABS system they're doing in spring training to actually call balls and strikes like this in MLB The Show. Maybe we'll get that next year. That's just kind of my thoughts on it. But when it comes to pitch mixes and actually pitching, you don't want to be, you know, too consistent on what you throw. So you always throw a first pitch fastball, like that's your thing, and you throw it in a certain part of the zone, or you just throw it in general. Trust me, the opponent's going to pick up on that quick. I mean, I pick up on it very easily, right? I mean, there's a lot of times where guys will throw inside fastballs or outside fastballs, right? And it's just so easy to pick up on, especially with ambush hitting this year. It's definitely a lot easier to hit that pitch, especially if you're ambushing it, because then your timing window's better and you're going to have a higher chance of succeeding on that pitch, you know what I mean? And you also don't want to throw these pitches into the batter's bat. That's another keynote to make. I know that's kind of maybe difficult for someone who hasn't played the sport before, or you've never faced really good pitching, because, you know, I still think it's hard to understand sometimes. And I've played the sport, you know, all these years, right? I played since I was a little kid up until high school. And there's just certain pitches you don't want to throw, right? I mean, you don't want to throw curveballs high, right? Because then you're just going to absolutely destroy it. Like if I throw a curveball high here, like you just see how easy it is to actually hit. Like, I don't know, there's a couple pitches that you don't really want to throw, especially to the best players in the world. And plus, if you feel like you can't hit a spot either, you might want to change pitchers in a game as well. Like, the pitcher's energy and confidence really is going to affect how your Pinpoint is doing. Like, you could be perfect 100% of the time on Pinpoint, But if he's tired, if he has low confidence, if he's been in the game, for a minute, then he's still going to mess it up or not throw it exactly where you want it to. So that's something else to think about when it comes to pitching. I mean, there's a lot of factors in pitching, right? But I think the main thing you want to focus on is practicing the pitches, because that is like the key thing. If you can be pretty accurate with these pitches, I think you're going to succeed very well in this game. So actually be able to learning these sequences and getting them down is definitely what you want to do. And it's different on every pitcher as well. Like there's a couple pitchers where obviously they have a longer windup and, stride and everything like that. So it's going to take a little bit better on the timing aspect to be able to get it right. So that's something you got to think into account. But I think if you can get a lot of the pitches accurate for the most part, you're going to be pretty solid. I think the next thing you want to focus on is being unpredictable. Because I think if you're unpredictable and, they can't tell what sequence you're going to, or you're changing it up all the time, I think you're going to be really successful at pitching. Because if you keep throwing the same pitch in the same count, then, it's going to get a little difficult to, actually be good, because someone's going to pick up on that. Maybe if you play someone that's pretty bad, they won't. But definitely the higher level players will 100% pick up on that. I mean, I was playing co-op the other day with some friends, and we noticed that he was throwing a fastball up and in on us on most times on an 0-1 or 0-2 count. So there's certain things you can just pick up when you're hitting if you're actually fully locked in. So that's the main thing I would suggest. I know pitching is hard. Trust me, it's not easy. So it's definitely going to take a lot of reps and everything like that to actually get used to. I know that was a big complaint from at least you guys last year about it, saying that it's really hard. And you just got to come into custom practice and just kind of get used to it with different guys. Like, obviously I'm using Shota Igimanago right now, but I can definitely change it up. If I go to practice site, we go to pitching, we can go to Justin Steele. Obviously, he's got a different mix, right? He doesn't have a 12-6, he's got a normal curveball, so we have a different sequence to learn, right? And then we can throw that, bada boom. But he's also got a circle change, so you got to be able to learn that pitch as well, right? I still fully haven't, conquered this pitch yet. I'm still learning it myself. But there's definitely a lot of pitches you can get good with, and there's so many in this game that, are really good. You got some players like Lee Smith, they throw a fastball, a slider, and a forkball, right? You don't really see that pitch too often. Or if you guys got like Matt Waldron with his knuckleball, right? There's definitely a lot of players that have some unique pitches. See, bad pitch right there. There you go. Fastball inside, good timing. Yeah, he's killing that pitch. I love the slider pitch. It's one of my favorite pitches in the game. Slider inside, slider outside is definitely one of my favorites. It's really hard for certain players to hit, especially depending on where you place it, because you can place it down, even middle of the slider. Some people really can't hit, even though some players are still going to mash it if they're looking for that. Obviously, all curveballs are basically down or down in the zone. I mean, people still hit home runs there, but if you throw it pretty far down and not like that, then it's going to be a solid pitch. I mean, I feel like the sinker, you can nail the corners on a lot. I feel like those are really good pitches, especially. I know I get a lot of strikes, and I've seen some of my friends got a lot of strikes on the sinker on that corner. So you have to be pretty accurate when you throw it. And most of the time, you're just going to be like, if he keeps swinging at that slider, right, and you've got 2 strikes, then you're going to throw it again, right? Certain counts are going to make you throw certain pitches. Obviously, if you're 3-0, you'll probably want to throw a fastball because it's your most accurate pitch just to get one on the board, right? So certain things like that will probably make you throw certain pitches. But for beginners, man, it's really about just getting pinpoint down, focusing on pinpoint, and using some of your pitchers that you have. I think that's the biggest thing to note. And then with your sequences, you're going to obviously learn that. Even when you're hitting, you can learn that. See what different people are throwing and kind of adapt it to your game. There's a lot of things to learn when it comes to pitching, but I hope these are the basics for you guys because I tried my best to break it down for y'all. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, please let me know down below in the comment section. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone. What's up, guys? I've officially launched my own brand. It is called crownculturehq.com. As you guys can see by the website, we are first starting with stickers and socks on there, and we'll be expanding to more items in the future with shirts and pants and all that good stuff. So if you guys want to support me more than just watching the videos and liking the videos, this is where to do it. It will be linked down below in the description. If you would like to make a purchase, it would be greatly appreciated. But with that being said, let's get back to the video.